In this video, we're going to give you an overview of the Baby Lock Ballad. The Baby Lock Ballad is one of the largest sewing utility machines on the market. Quilting is a breeze with this machine, and this machine has sewers and quilters in mind with its construction. Let's give you a good overview of this machine. It has an easy opening cover. Under my cover, I have the independent bobbin winder. I can wind bobbins while I'm sewing. You do have two spool pins, so if I want to do twin needle sewing, I'm able to do that. You can stage another color of thread here. It's real easy to use this bobbin winder. When I thread the machine off the horizontal spool pin here, we have a clear channel that gets the threads and guides and gets it in the tensions for me as I'm threading the machine up. So all I have to do is just follow the numbers all the way down to my needle. Now the Ballad has a little bit different needle threader. It's a hands-free needle threader. So all I have to do is push this button here and it's going to thread that needle for me. I don't have to do anything else. It's completely threaded up. Another thing I like about the machine, I can raise and lower the presser foot without having to go to the back of the machine. Because this machine is fully computerized, I do have the ability to do pivot functions and other things with the machine, as we'll get in further in this video. Raising and lower the presser foot is real easy just by pushing the button here to raise and lower that presser foot. I have a built-in scissor. I can snip my bobbin and top thread at any given time. I do have the needle up, needle down feature on this machine. That's really handy for you quilters and sewers out there. If I want to set the needle to stop in the fabric, I can do that, or have it stop out of the fabric. I do have the reinforcement key. Now this will tie the stitch off for me underneath, so it's hidden and out of the way. I do have reverse built in, and I can use the machine with or without the foot control. Now speaking of the foot control, on the Ballad, it's a multi-function foot control. You have one lever on the foot control that will allow you to speed the machine up, slow it down, and then you have another lever that actually engages my scissor. The machine will have extra high lift on the presser foot so I can get thicker materials under it, and I do have the 7-point feed dog system, and this feed dog is a little bit longer than your average machine, and that's going to be a plus when you're feeding thinner fabrics, lightweight, stretchy materials. Having more surface area touching my fabric is a plus to reduce puckering, keeping that fabric flat. When I'm working with thicker materials, it comes into play as well, feeding those heavier, thicker materials through. Now this machine also has a multifunction dual feed system. It's the most advanced system on the Baby Lock machines. Do check the website out, because we will have more information on all the included accessories and what all you can do with this machine, because this machine can do so much. If you'll notice the size of the machine, it is a lot bigger than your standard sewing machine. From the needle to the inside of my sewing arm is 11¼ inches. So I'm going to have plenty of room to keep my hands on the garment as I'm sewing. There are extension tables available that you can get to even support your weight to the left of the material. But having this 11¼ inches inside, I have plenty of room to roll up my finished product. If I'm working with a larger piece of material, I don't have to wrestle at the needle with that fabric, and it's really super slick on top, so I don't have to worry about anything catching my fabric as it's coming out the back side. Now also, and there will be more images on the website on this, but I do have, on my needle plate, I have different markings, inch and metric markings, as well as on my bobbin cover plate to help me gain a seam allowance. Threading this bobbin is a breeze. It's a clear see-through bobbin case cover. There's a channel on that bobbin case, so all I have to do is just put my threads in that channel, and then I'm ready to go. With practice, you can have this machine threaded both your needle and bobbin less than 10 seconds. The machine does have an extra large accessory tray, and the accessory tray does fold out so I can get to all my accessories at any given time. And because I have a longer free arm here for hem and pant legs and shirt sleeves and things of that nature, I can get my stitches further down or further up wherever I need to. The Baby Lock Ballad has a clear color screen. It's real easy the way the machine is laid out that I can get to the different functions of the machine. So we're going to zoom into the screen and show you all the computer controls built onto the Baby Lock Ballad. The Baby Lock Ballad has a total number of over 700 stitches by the time you count all the utility, decorative, quilting, alphabets, buttonhole stitches that are built in on this machine. It is loaded out. Now on the screen, if you'll notice, I have the clear color screen. There's a lot of functions built onto this screen. At the top here, the machine will recommend a presser foot. All the Baby Lock presser feet have letters indented into them. So all I need to do is make sure I have the correct foot on there. I never have to worry about my needle hitting the foot with that correct foot. I have the utility stitches and the decorative stitches. The way they have the machine laid out, it's really easy to get to all my different stitches. I have tabs on the side that kind of groups those stitches together. Here on this mode, I have 3 full pages of utility stitches that are built in, and then all I have to do is pull up that stitch and it shows me in actual size what the size of this stitch is. So as I move the width up, it's going to automatically increase that for me. We'll go up to 7 millimeters in width. I can see the true size of that stitch, so I know exactly what it's going to look like on my garment before I sew it out. Now it reduces the amount of test patterns I have to do, saving me time. I go to the decorative stitches on the machine. Those are categorized for me as well, and I can pull those up. We can memorize patterns for making decorative borders and do all kinds of things with the machine. We can make our own stitches. When I go to the decorative stitches, those are laid out for me as well, all categorized. So if I want to do this particular grouping here, there's 9 pages of those. I can pull, these are elongated stitches going up to 7 millimeters in width. I can also, tells me which foot to put on. I can have the pivot function engaged, so when I stop, the machine will automatically raise that presser foot up for me. I can engage the scissor as well, so when I stop, it'll snip the thread for me. So there's so many more things that we can do very easy from my touch screen, or if I want to go back to the machine and just touch the buttons that's on the main panel screen, I'm able to do that. There is a lock on the machine, so if there's little ones around and you're worried about somebody accidentally hitting a button and start the machine, you can do that before you leave. Come back, all I have to do is unlock it, and then I'm ready to go again. I can go in on the hard drive of the machine and I can change settings, adjust settings, and don't worry, you're not going to erase anything off the machine. We have 7 different pages of things we can change functions on the foot control, pivot heights, all kind of things built in here. If you want to use a mouse pointer to pull your stitches up instead of touching the screen, you're able to do that. There are bobbin sensors on the machine that will let me know when I'm running low or run out of bobbin thread. If you don't want the sound of the machine, it will beep when we push buttons, but you can turn that off. All kind of other things here, screensavers as well. And we have a lot of LED lights on this machine, fully illuminating the entire bed, the entire needle area with LED light. Now LED light is a lot better than a standard light bulb, and the reason being is the glare. You're getting the true white light that mostly mimics sunlight. We can match our threads and fabrics. We have less eye strain. It's going to pop right on top of the bed of the machine where I'm needing that light, so I can see what I'm doing and enjoy what I do a lot more and longer. Also, you can see the stitch count on the machine at the factory. They will test these. We will be glad to test your machine for you before we ship it to make sure there are no issues, but these machines are going to work right out of the box. No problem. On the side of the machine, there are USB ports. There's a place we can plug our foot control if we want to interface with our PC. There's so much more you can do with your computer with this machine. As time goes on, there will be upgrades for the machine where you can upgrade the hard drive and be able to enjoy and do so many more things with it. Show you how smooth the machine operates. Because I have the extra high lift under my presser foot and I don't have to touch that, I can hit my presser foot button here to raise and lower that presser foot, but I can put my fabric underneath and I'm ready to go just by the touch of a button. If I get to the end of the stitch, I can hit the reinforcement key and it's going to tie that stitch off for me underneath. Hit the scissor and then I can raise my presser foot just by touching a button. And I'm done. It's a clean and neat tie off. The Baby Lock Ballad has a super large motor built into it, very strong, can handle multiple layers of denim. You can do garment grade leather with this machine. It's a perfect quilting machine because of the size of it. And having all the computer controls, having all the accessories that comes with it. We have a full listing on the website of all the accessories. But let me just give you an idea of just how strong this machine is. I have 8 layers of denim here that I'm going to sew. Lower my presser foot. I'm sewing the stitch through 8 layers of denim at full speed. So we'll back that stitch off. When I get down to the end of this, I'm going to go down and show you how it crawls from 8 layers of denim down to a stretch material. I don't have to worry about adjusting tensions. It has automatic pressure sensor built in, so it senses when I'm going from that heavier material down to a lighter weight material. The machine is automatically going to adjust that tension setting for me as well. I don't have to worry about it at all. The elongated feed dogs will pick up that stretch material, and I'm able to sew through it with no problem. Then I'm going to add this cotton here on top of the stretch material. Then I've went through 8 layers of denim to a stretch material through the cotton. Hit the scissor, clean tie off underneath. Ken Sewing Center is an authorized Baby Lock dealer. We have 4 full-time technicians at our store 6 days a week to help you with any question you have after you get your machine home. You're always welcome to come by our Muscle Shoals, Alabama location. But if you're on the other side of the country, you can pick up the phone and call us toll-free with any questions. I have a full staff of educators that can help you learn how to use the machine, help you with accessories for the machine, or answering all questions at any time.